Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Xeno, and this is a new alien invasion action-adventure mystery sci-fi thriller. And this is from writer-director Matthew Lauren Oates, who not particularly familiar with a lot of Oates' work, but here taking the reins of this tale. Led by Lulu Wilson, a teenager makes a terrifying extraterrestrial her friend after it crashes nearby in the desert. The youngster manages to deal with her sad mother and her mother's violent boyfriend, simultaneously protecting her dangerous new buddy. And this film, on like the most basic of levels, has this E.T. structure. It's like, hey, it's a younger kid, connects with this alien, and you have like the government getting involved and stuff like that, and alien is a puppet, and those kinds of things, broad strokes. This is very different from a tonal perspective, but looking at the things that really work, one, the Jim Henson Company and what they did making this alien come to life is really impressive. I love the design, the way it moves. It's the way that it can be so violent and shocking and scary on many levels. But it also has like this warmth in its eyes and this connection. And I think Lulu Wilson does a really fine job leading the way in this film as our young protagonist. She's a talented young actor, and she anchors this film down well. I don't think this film particularly has the most dynamic of filmmaking, but it has its moments. It has some thrilling moments. It has some good action beats, leaning it a little bit into slow motion, or being able to capture this alien Muppet thing running and chasing and bringing some energy to the film. I think the film's biggest issue is a tonal imbalance of, this has like this wondrous kind of feel, but it does feel a little scary, but this gets way too dark. So dark, and it does not prep you for just how like this abusive boyfriend character becomes murderous, and the government agents like start torturing a teenage girl, like physically torturing, and you're just like threatening her life and stuff like that. Mari Hardwick, who plays Jonathan Keyes, the CIA agent, is like, this man's a bastard. And the boyfriend, played by Mark Bandanaquit's Paul Schneider, who I don't believe for a second is this intimidating, like, intense man. And that makes it really hard for those moments to really sell. But this film just goes wild in terms of its tone, and it becomes so dark and sinister, and you're just like, what's going on here? Who's this targeted for? Is this like an adult-oriented film? But it has all the trappings and setup as like this whimsical alien friendship kind of film, like an E.T. Like, E.T. works for the whole family. This is scary and pushes limits, and like, you're making a film that has the same basic plot of E.T. with a Jim Henson puppet, and you're just like, nope, we're going to make this too violent and disturbing for children to enjoy. And that just boggled my mind when it started swinging wild with that. It has a lot of cliches and tropes that you expect from a film like this. It does certainly play by that E.T. playbook, and it has its tragic emotional moments, and you do have those emotional moments, and there's some real consequences that Renee Lulu Wilson's character has to confront. I do feel like Ren Schmidt, who plays her mother, has some good emotional beats, but there's just too many elements here that lean too heavily into, oh my god, why won't some of these characters act in a rational way or any kind of intelligent way? And they lean way too heavily into people just accepting their lot, and these characters aren't given enough agency to make this story more interesting. It just leans so heavily into these poorly laced tropes, and there's still an enjoyable, thrilling movie here. It's just bogged down by so many other things that are distracting or take away from the overall experience. And this winds up being a very middling kind of alien flick when there was a structure here that could have really captured a spark. It just never quite gets that lit and makes it something special. But those are my thoughts on Xeno. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.